Hello everyone and welcome to episode 79 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel, as it is Pride FC's American Bushido 15, Alex Stevling versus Nate Marcotte. What a show that will be, as man, that main event, it's two guys that are just on the cusp of greatness. I feel like at that middleweight division, and Alex Stevling and Nate Marcotte should be quite the bout. But for the male, there's only one piece. Just Ryan Bowe has joined Robbie on that Combat Club, but there's actually a little bit more to talk about before we get into the show, and that is we have bought out a company. We have bought out Smack Girl. Yes, so that is very, very exciting because obviously Smack Girl, all women's promotion. This is, we're planting seeds. I think what I was thinking was before I had acquired Smack Girl, it was like 2010 would be a great time to debut Japanese women in Pride FC. I think that would have just been an awesome thing to do. But now, really, we have the rest of 2007. We won't bring them in. But 2008, there's a lot of prime real estate that we have that we could use for the women's division. So the idea right now is there's going to be one belt. So we're going to use, basically, the weight division is going to be somewhere between 115 to 135. It's going to be somewhere in there. Maybe 125, 135. Not really exactly sure, but basically we're going to try to combine bantamweight through strawweight. That's the idea. So we'll have bantamweight, flyweights, and then strawweights. It's kind of the idea. So that should go over really well, I think. The big thing to worry about, I think, is just having enough women on the roster to not only keep Smack Girl actually using Smack Girl to their advantage, but also having enough to have an actual division in Pride FC. Right now, there's obviously some names in here, Rox and Madafi, we have Shayna Baszler, Jennifer Howe, I want to say, as far as, I think, Jessica Aguilar, that's just Elisa Ellis, who's 7-1 right now, and, then also, we have, I want to say it's Elite XC that has women. I want to say maybe it's straight. Yeah, they have featherweights. They have Cyborg, which Cyborg's a little too big, maybe. But Gina Carano, that'd be, even though she's a piece of shit, IRL, just for if this is obviously pre. Her being a piece of shit in 2007, so I feel like it's safe to use her. It's safe, but we'll have to, you'll probably have to be a little bit on the lighter side. But really, I want to say Strikeforce doesn't even have they don't even have their women's division right now. Just as far as the U.S. goes, it's Elite XC, and that's about it. As far as other competition goes for in the women's division for us in the future, yeah, it should be it because I don't think, I think that's it. So we have that going for us with Smack Girl, and buy them out with at a pretty relevant. I think it was like 100,000. Not crazy, but as far as a lot of the girls that they're still very young, but they're obviously still very talented. It would just maybe next year is something that's the prime target for us is 2008, the launching of the women's division. Maybe it'll be pushed back to 2009, maybe even 2010, like I had envisioned in the beginning. But, it's still kind of up in the air, but that is for sure happening in the future, just not sure exactly when. And that's all going to come through eventually. It's all about how big of the division is and how, good it is as well. That's another big point as well. But, having a fifth division is exciting. Very nervous, though, still. But I think it's perfect. I don't think we need to have more than one women's division. I think just having one giant one makes a lot of sense. But it's a dangerous thing, having just one big-ass division like that, because I think the bantamweights are just really, if we sign Cyborg and Gina, if they fight at a heavy weight, like 145, which they shouldn't. The cap should be 135. I think that's a great cap. Keep it at the bantamweight, and then, 135 to 115. I think that's perfect. But, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe it'll be 145 to 115. I doubt it, though. That seems like a big gap. As, I think, just far as what's going on, we have another child promotions. We got Smack Girls, we got Pride. That's, or we got Smack Girls, rather, Rings, and then obviously Pride FC. which Rings is high-level regional still. It's the 5th-ranked company in the world. Just kind of crazy. I mean, Rings was a former Company of the Year. I think they were the Company of the Year in the first year of the mod. It's just kind of crazy also that we bought them out, but that is what it is. It's funny, we also have, like, the Minoru Suzuki was never, like, the actual legit company owner of SmackDown. I don't know when that happened as far as the news went. Because I forget who was, because SmackGirls now, obviously, is defunct. I want to say they got out of business 2005, maybe 2007. Somewhere around there, mid-2000s, I want to say. I forget who actually owned SmackGirl, but it definitely wasn't Minoru Suzuki. That's just kind of awesome that Minoru Suzuki's the CEO. Or the owner, rather. Not even the CEO. But yeah, that's just exciting things happening in Pride FC. Even, we're 21 episodes away from 100, and we're still trying to do some groundbreaking stuff and to change throughout the years. Another thing that I changed. So, actually, as you can see from just the schedule, we have a lot planned in advance. But whenever I want to say it's probably 2008, maybe even 2009 is when I stopped booking kind of shows, because I've pretty much got the schedule figured out. It's just actually adding the shows, or adding the fight cards and whatnot is going to be kind of the thing that I'll be doing going forward. But I did change what will be probably in 2009, so a long time from now, but elbows to a standing opponent and to a down opponent will now be legal. They were illegal since we at the beginning of the mod. Changing that, it's now going to be legal. Should be exciting. Should be very, very exciting. And we have that 10-8s going to be rare. Maybe we should have it be occasional. I don't know. 10-8s are kind of, I want to keep that rare, but that's something that maybe in the future we think about changing. But yeah, pretty much everything is legal, which is hilarious. I mean, that is Pride FC. I mean, that's what we're going for. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, everything goes off without a hitch. As far as I wish I could change the rules for SmackGirl, because I remember SmackGirl's rules. Maybe that is right here. So yeah, I could have swore that was illegal, but I'm glad that is changed to where that is legal. I was thinking it was legal, or I was thinking it was illegal. I remember maybe before it was a short time, SmackGirl, you could not strike a down opponent. Maybe it was with knees. There was something where you couldn't do, but either way, it's all legal. So that's when their rounds are 1 10-minute, 1 5-minute. I wish you could change that because you own the company now, but I it is what it is. I guess you could change it like in the settings if you really wanted to. Maybe I will do that. Who knows? Okay, so yeah, without further ado, let's go to American Bushido 15. It's Alex Stevling, Nate Marcotte, Luis Santos, George St. Pierre, Greg Wickett, and Tim Sylvia, Eric Davila, Akira Kikuchi, Jake Shields, and Pat Milotic. That's a pretty fun welterweight contest. And then Luis Herring taking on Rashad Evans. Luis Herring did really well in rings. Felt like he earned his shot to being in the middleweight division here in Pride FC. He's got a tough opponent, Rashad Evans, though. As far as the prelims, Jay Harron, Robbie Lawler, Junior Dos Santos, and Gilbert Yurvel. That's an exciting prelim fight if I have seen one. I mean, that's going to be quite the exciting contest. As for this main event, the Brazilian killer Alex Stevling taking on Nate the Great Marcotte, two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, as Marcotte is ranked 17th, Stevling is ranked 18th. This is the 4th time that Alex Steven's main evented a Pride event, the 2nd time for Nate Marcotte. I want to say Nate Marcotte main evented when he took on the middleweight champion of the world in Merlin Njuya. Yeah, that is probably it. I was thinking he main evented against Chuck Liddell, but I guess he didn't. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, his losses, I mean, they're the best of the best. Vanderlei, Chuck Liddell, Anderson Silva, and Murillo, as far as in Pride FC. That is tough. Also, speaking of Genki Sudo, he's, you can't open it, so that sucks, but Genki Sudo actually passed away in the mod. Very, very disheartening. I think he's the only person in the mod who have passed away, and it was someone else going to use. Fucking Genki Sudo's the man. Incredible entrances he's had, and he was an exciting fighter. It just sucks that we couldn't bring him in when we actually started the welterweight and lightweight division, because he's more of a smaller side of a fighter. He probably was in the lightweight division, and sadly, can't use him because he's passed away in the mod. Sucks. But, with Nate Marcotte, he's beaten, some fucking names. Now, he's beaten Ronaldo Sobral, Jeremy Horn, Vitor Belfort, Rich Franklin, beaten Jeremy Horn twice. He's beaten Lee Murray, Dan Henderson, Frank Sherlock. Those two guys right there, Frank Sherlock and Lee Murray. Even Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson's been main event in Pride FC worldwide shows. Even though it was by a split decision win, still, a big-time win nonetheless over somebody like Dan Henderson. Nate Marcotte is just on the cusp of fucking greatness in that middleweight division. It's crazy he's only had one middleweight title fight, and it was against Merlio, who Merlio's on a tear right now, and it seems like his reign is going to go on forever and ever. But another guy who's just been consistently booked, too. I mean, we've booked him pretty much multiple times a year since 2003, besides 04. Even, actually, 2002, 2001. Well, we'll just go right through it to 2001. We've basically booked him twice a year for 6 years. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy to think about. But for him, the fighting for the third time in a year is crazy to think about. But that is a tough schedule for Nate the Great Marcotte. But he's got Alex Stevling on the other side. So he's 3-4 in Pride FC. Alex Stevling, he had a tough go in the beginning. We threw him to the wolves. He was killing everybody in rings, which really wasn't taking on a lot of big-time names, though, in rings at the same time, because, we threw him against Vanderlei. Vanderlei killed him. Lost to Frank Shamrock. Beat Jeremy Horn, then lost to Merlio and Ron Faircloth. I mean, those four guys, you're talking about three middleweight champions, and then Ron Faircloth, who's right on the cusp as well. He beat Scott Smith, and he beat Chuck Liddell, which is huge. And that gives him this big-time fight with Nate Marcotte. I mean, any one of these two men couldn't desperately use this win. And, Nate Marcotte, I think, has the advantage. Even though the WordCat staff picks have Alex Stevling having the advantage, I don't see it that way. That's just me. As Marcotte has trained at Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts, Stevling has an overall record of 0-1 against other current members of that team. Stevling trains at the Lions Den, which Marcotte has an overall record of 0-1 against other current members of that team. Steveling's won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. This is the first time they have fought, obviously, with Michael and Sean backing Marcotte. I'm backing him as well. I think he's going to win. This is going to be quite the main event, though. I'm excited to see how that one plays out. There's Luis Sapo Santos taking on George Rush St. Pierre. Both fighters are world-ranked middleweights, which is kind of funny to think about. There's obviously two men are good. GSP later on, but right now, this is welterweight GSP. St. Pierre trains at Team Tompkins, which Santos has an overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. As this first time they have fought, both men, George St. Pierre is 5-2 Pride FC. His only loss has been against Dennis Hallman. He just can't seem to get over the Dennis Hallman hump like a lot of welterweights right now in Pride FC. But he's beaten some names, Jason Von Flue and Tetsuji Kato, former welterweight champion Tetsuji Kato. Sean Pearson, Pamela too, and then he ran through Sean Shirk in his debut at Total Elimination 2004. If he could have maybe, down the line, if Dennis Hallman loses to John Alessio or even Damian Maia, that could be somebody to look at. That welterweight division is stacked. It's just kind of seeing who's going to be the one to beat Dennis Hallman. But George St. Pierre, obviously, 26 years old, pretty much at the prime of his career. Crazy talented. He's fucking George St. Pierre. I don't see him losing this one against Luis Santos. But Luis Santos going in at 3-2 in Pride FC. His only loss has been to Akira Kikuchi, which was very odd that he lost that to Akira Kikuchi. Did not expect that at all. And but he's beaten also Jason Von Flue's beaten John Fitch. He lost to Matt Hughes, though. And he's lost to Tetsuji Kato in the past. And even Thiago Alves and Mike Pyle. As, he's someone, I think his biggest win is, Jason Von Flue. I guess, right, maybe John Fitch, too. I personally think the Jason Von Flue win was kind of crazy. A body kick in 19 seconds. And he got the win. But this is a big-time fight in the welterweight division. Both guys could use a win. This is both guys that are looking to gain some momentum, maybe going into taking on one of the newer faces of the welterweight division, whether it's Damian Maia or John Alessio. Either way, both guys, I think that's going to be, they match up well, similarity-wise. St. Pierre has the slight advantage. I didn't think it'd be that close, but fair fucks to Luis Santos. I personally think also GSP is going to win this one, but maybe Luis Santos can shock the world. As the Gladiator, Greg Wicken taking on Tim the Maniac Silva. As Sylvia has won 3 of his last 5 fights by knockout. Both fighters are rolling super heavyweights, as Tim Sylvia is 14th, Greg Wicken is 20th. Of course, Greg Wicken hasn't won in 3 years, as Greg Wicken went on a hiatus, I want to say after 2005, his loss to Pedro Rizzo, so that definitely hurt his kind of long standing of that, but before then, when he was in rings, man, he was a fucking killer. Took out Valentino Varim, Volkan, Randy Couture, Gabriel, Roman Sabachka, Heath Herring. When his debut, it was an awful fight, but he still beat Heath Herring. Lost to Pedro Rizzo, lost to Andre Arlovsky. This is a big-time fight, though. Tim Sylvia, obviously, a tough opponent. As Tim Sylvia, he's going to have the significant weight advantage, 11-inch reach advantage. Obviously, the betting odds are in his favor. I don't see him losing this one. He's 3-1 in Pride FC. He's only lost to Alistair Overeem. He's also, he's beaten Pedro Rizzo, a guy who he's lost, Greg Wicken has lost to. And, I mean, he's had 4 straight knockouts, rather it's by winning or losing, with Alistair Overeem there in the total elimination absolute tournament of the Heavyweight Grand Prix. But, I don't see him losing this one. I just don't see it. Would be shocked if Greg Wicken got the win there. Just the reach, the size, it's just, he's going to completely outclass Greg Wicken here. I don't see it going any other way, as Eric Big Ed Davila taking on Akir Kikuchi. Eric Davila making his Pride FC debut. He's the 12th ranked welterweight in Pride FC. Eric Kikuchi is at 17th in the Pride welterweight division. Kikuchi, man, here's a guy who shockingly beat Luis Santos. He's beaten Nick Diaz. He's beaten Robbie Lawler. And that Robbie Lawler fight was crazy at Pride FC Worldwide 3. As far as his losses, Pride FC, it's Jake Shields. And, Jake Shields is kind of laid on top of him the whole time. He's lost to Chad Saunders, lost to GSP back in Pancrase, which GSP kind of just laid on top of him as well. That was, in the one-rounders in Pancrase. That just gives the complete advantage to the wrestler. You just got to lay on top of him, and that's it. But, man, this is going to be quite the fight, though, because Eric Davila, I mean, that's a big-time debut. Obviously, he's going to be fighting from a home crowd, this show being in Texas. But he hasn't really done, he's beaten Mike Pyle and Kyle Jensen, but he's really lost a lot of, lost to Tetsuji Kato, lost to Chad Saunders, Jay Harron, Brian Ebersol, he's beaten Martin Kapman, though. That's probably, I think the biggest name's definitely Mike Pyle and then Kyle Jensen, but still, has had somewhat success, I think, as far as ratings go. He's had a couple of great fights, not really, good fight. He's coming off a win, though, at UFC 96, so that's helping him out here in this fight, but I just don't see him doing a lot of big-time things in this welterweight division. He might crack the top 10, I just don't see him. Just that top 10 in the welterweight division is fucking stacked. You have some absolute killers in that division. And I just don't think he has that type of skill. But I don't know, though. Luis Santos is, I would say, maybe not in exactly like 10, 9, 8 spot of the welterweight division. He's lost to Akir Kikuchi. So, really, if Eric Davila can get the win here. But I wouldn't count on Akir Kikuchi. That's a dangerous man. Just ask Luis Santos. So Jake Shields taking on the Croatian sensation Pat Milotic, another welterweight contest, as 14th and 15th in the welterweight division, as Milotic is 14th, Jake Shields is 15th. Milotic, obviously, at the Milotic Fighting Systems. Jake Shields is 0-1 against other members of that team. Milotic has the slight advantage on the Blurcat staff picks. Pat is 3-9 in Pride FC, not a great record at all. Really, at the beginning, when he was in the middleweight division, he was completely, we signed him way too soon. First of all, he was fighting out of a weight class that he should not have been in, fighting in the middleweight division against, guys like Vitor Belfort, Frank Shamrock, and himself. It wasn't going to work. Beat Masanori Suda just because that's, tomato can, let him get crushed. Sakuraba beats him. Then he gets some absolute killers in the welterweight division with Tetsuji Kato, Dennis Hallman, lost to Matt Serra. He beat Carlos Newton, former welterweight champion in Carlos Newton, and then lost to GSP, took on Sean Pearson, beat him, lost to John Fitch. He's just taking on some tough fucking guys. And he's got another one here in Jake Shields. Jake Shields, the gameplay. He's going to lay on top of you and pretty much control the whole time. He's 3-3 in Pride FC. He's beaten Akir Kikuchi, Tao Alves, and Chad Saunders, but he's lost to John Fitch, Sean Pearson, and Matt Hughes. That, a lot of times in that welterweight division, you have those ultimate wrestler guys. Like the John Fitch fight now, Elijah Harshbarger, and Jake Shields. I'm trying to think who else is kind of just an ultimate like wrestler, just gonna lay on top of you type of guy. Uh, GSP maybe if it's a one rounder, but I think now he can kind of use his style and throw some strikes in there. But as far as just guys that are just gonna lay on top of you and hope for and just kind of meltdown time. But Jake Shields, at least he finished the fight against Chad Saunders, so maybe he's going to look for a finish here against Pat Milotic. Should be a pretty fun contest. I think they're pretty evenly matched and should be a pretty good welterweight fight. As Louise Mad Skills Herring taking on Sugar Rashad Evans. Both have won 3 of the last 5. Evans has finished 3 of his last 5, whereas Herring has won by decision. First time they have fought, Rashad Evans is going to have an 8-inch reach advantage, but Louise Herring having the Blurcast app picks advantage 6-1. Michael the lone backer Rashad Evans. With that reach advantage for Sugar Rashad Evans, and obviously being Rashad Evans, not that Rashad Evans just yet. Being 4-1, I believe. I think he's 4-1, 5-1. It's 1-1 in Pride FC. Lost to Jacois Souza, is not Souza, but and 54 seconds of the first round too, nonetheless. But beating Masakatsu Funaki, funny, took on Mike Nichols, a former Tough alumnus as well. Tough 4 guy, but Tough 3 guy rather. As still, having that tough. I mean, obviously, Jacois Souza is a tough guy. Yeah, that's a tough fight for anybody, really. He's a fucking killer. And to take him on very, very early on. But there's another guy, Louise Herring, coming in here, former fucking Rings middleweight champion, beat Mario Sparrow. And Mario Sparrow was on a tear among tears. Got knocked out by James the Sandman Irvin, who's probably going to be in Pride FC sooner rather than later. As, this kind of list of names. Ikakoshi Manawa, as Sam Hogarth from fucking Tough 1, alumni fame. Really no big names, but as far as, and being a Rings middleweight champion, that was still a pretty big deal, and beating Mario Sparrow. Even though Mario Sparrow hasn't done great in Pride FC, I still think he's talented enough to do big things. But at least Herring, I think, is a great stand-up guy that could give Rashad Evans some trouble. But if Rashad can take this to the ground, could definitely see Rashad getting the win by decision. It's Jay Harron taking on Ruthless Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler's won 3 of his last 5 fights by knockout. Harron trains at Extreme Couture, which Lawler has an overall record of 0-1 against other members of that team. Poor Robbie Lawler hasn't won since December of 2004. It's been a long-ass time. In Pride FC, he's 0-2, but he's had some good and fantastic fights. I mean, really hasn't had a bad fight since 2003. He has been thrown to the wolves here early on. He's taking on Nick Serra, Chris Lytle, Chad Saunders, and Akira Kikuchi, which Akira Kikuchi seems to be a problem in this welterweight division. And it just seems like the welterweight division night. It seems like they're at American Bushido 15. A lot of welterweight contests, but I would love to see Robbie Lawler get the win. I'm not going to lie here. Jay Harron 7-4, 0-1 in Pride FC. Lost to Diego Sanchez in his debut. Lost to Nick Diaz, but he beat Eric Davila, who is, we'll see, obviously, later on in the card. And he's beaten Jay Suk Lim. He's beaten some names, for sure. But he's just kind of been on a bit of a losing streak now with losing to Roman Michigan and Diego Sanchez, which, tough. Those 2 guys are very, very talented. Obviously, Diego's is a problem, and especially in the welterweight division. This is going to be tough. This is no doubt about it. This is going to be a tough fight for both guys. Wouldn't be surprised, Robbie Lawler having the size advantage. I think he's going to get the win here, and he's finally going to be a winner in Pride FC. That's kind of fingers crossed. This prelim fight, though, should be crazy. Junior Dos Santos and the Hurricane Gilbert Yvel. Dos Santos trains at Damian Maya Jiu-Jitsu as a record of 1-0 against other members that team does. Gilbert Yvel, though, first time they have fought, Dos Santos is going to have the 5-inch reach advantage. I don't see this one going the distance at all. Gilbert Yvel 1-7 in Pride FC. He went on a tear in rings when we sent him down after doing so poorly. After a while, it took him a long time, though. He took on some killers, though, in Pride FC. Guys like Mark, taking on Mark Coleman, Fedor, Mirko Krokop. Lost by the Twister, was winning that fight until the Twister happened, and Bob Sapp, which had to take on the wrath of Bob Sapp, is very, very tough. Lost to Alexander Emelianenko, Greg Wicken. He's lost to some big names. He beat Wes Combs twice, Kazunori Murakami. Also beat Mark Kerr at the Heavyweight Grand Prix. Lost to Alistair Overeem, then lost to Frank Mir at Bushido in Osaka 4. I just don't see him winning this one. He's going to be winless, keeping the winless ways coming, I think, will be Gilbert Yvel in this one, because I just don't see Dos Santos losing this one. He just beat Takayama at the prelims of the heavyweight Grand Prix, the final night of the heavyweight Grand Prix, and I think he's going to knock out Gilbert Yvel too. That fight went on a little bit too long, though. I felt like Takayama and Dos Santos, so maybe that will happen here with him and Yvel. It's intriguing, though. Prelim fight, boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, obviously in Dos Santos, Salvador, Brazil, Amsterdam, Holland. I mean, two completely different parts of the world. Muay Thai background, though. Damian Maya, Jiu-Jitsu, obviously Golden Glory. Minus 310, plus 240, kind of close, though. I mean, they have a punch chance, I think, in Gilbert Yvel, but I just don't see it happening. Referee Herb Dean, judges for this bout. We are underway. Yvel steps in the strike. There's a left jab and a right cross from Dos Santos. Yvel nails a one quick punch flurry at that, as then hits a good right hand that steps in the strike. Santos is off target with a left jab, but scores with the right hook. There's a jab and also about to land a head kick as Yvel comes in to engage. Santos hits a jab but doesn't find the mark on the right hook. There's a two-punch combination, quick left and straight right from Yvel. And there is a cut underneath Dos Santos' arm. There's Gilbert Yvel doing a great job already cutting up Dos Santos. Yvel steps in looking to engage. There's a left jab and also connects cleanly with the right, does Yvel. They stand and train in the center of the ring. Neither fighter can really land a good shot. Dos Santos lets Yvel step and engage. There's a left jab and a right cross. There's a great right hook from Yvel and a errant finger cut Yvel in the eye. Oh no, and there's an eye poke. For the first time we get an eye poke, and it's not Gilbert Yvel. Usually, I think among many would say he is the dirtiest guy who's ever stepped foot in I would say an octagon, a ring, whatever it may be, just a dirty bastard, but he's the one who's on the receiving end of an eye poke. That is tough. I want to say it's the first eye poke we've ever seen in our 7 years we've done this fucking save. Take a few moments to get back into the thing. They restart. Yvel moves in the strike. Yvel hits a jab, also scores a left hook to the side of the body. Dos Santos uses a left jab but misses with a right hook to the ribs. Quick exchange of strikes does not lead to anything. Moving forward, Yvel looks to strike. Dos Santos stands ready. Yvel lands two of the flurry of quick punches, then lands a powerful right head kick, and he knocks him down with that head kick. Wow, Yvel moves in quickly, trying to finish the fight as Dos Santos with kicks and stomps, but no, it's too slow, though, as Dos Santos is back up already after the head kick. As Dos Santos stands ready, moves in on Yvel. Yvel is off target with a left jab that hits a spin kick. There's a good right hand from Santos. Two fighters engage with strikes as Dos Santos lets Yvel step in, ready for the counter. It's off target with a jab, but hits a glancing blow with a high kick. Yvel moves in to strike again. There's another right head kick, and that time he sees him going for the kill as wobbly is Dos Santos. Comes in for the kill. Dos Santos just covers up, leaning off the ropes. 2 days to do anything, just try to survive the next few seconds, as there's a right hook, and he's barely able to stand anymore. The ropes are the only reason he's still upright. Referee pulls away. Yvel stopping the fight. Dos Santos left slumped against the ropes, dazed and wobbling. My God. The hurricane came to fucking rain down on Dos Santos. That is crazy. What a performance. What a good fight. Even, overcoming an eye poke, too, from Gilbert Yvel. That's the type of shit Gilbert Yvel could do, though. He has the talent to be a great fighter. He's just kind of stuck with... Obviously, it's kind of crazy we gave him that fight in Dos Santos. In retrospect, if you look at the records, 1-0 to 27-18. Now 28-18. Poor Dos Santos now 1-1. Those poor heavyweights, man. We just don't get lucky with our heavyweight prospects. Someone either catches them on something. We've had Shane Carwin lose. We've had Marcotte lose. We just can't really get our bearings with our heavyweight division. As our last prelim fight, Harron taking on Ruthless Robbie Lawler, 7-5, 7-4, very similar records. 25 years old, that was Robbie Lawler. 30 years old, Harron. Wrestling, boxing, extreme couture for Harron. Mixed martial arts for Robbie Lawler, Hammer House, minus 160. Close one. This should be quite the welterweight contest. Herb Dean back out there as our referee, ringside judges. Lawler may have weighed in the same as Harron yesterday, but now clear has a significant weight advantage. Opening bell. Jab hits home from Lawler, and it's a big right hand. Harron moves in and out of range, hoping to tempt his opponent into a reckless strike and leaving an opening to start grappling. Lawler lands a jab and hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. Stepping in, Lawler throws 4 quick punches, 3 of them which land. Harron evades the big punch coming in. Lawler moves in closer, looking to open up an attack. As he can't hit the sub-left jab, he catches Harron with a crunching right hook, moves in closer, looking to throw some strikes. A combo that ends with a kick to the legs fails to land. As Lawler was too aggressive, the last kick gets caught too, looking for a takedown. Nope. As Lawler refuses to be taken down, manages to eventually pull his leg free, and they step away back into standing position as Lawler lands the left jab. Harron avoids the big right punch. Two fighters engage, strike, nothing really lands. Flurry of 4 punches from Lawler sees 3 of them land, but leaves himself wide open with an attempted kick to the body. Harron capitalizes rather, by catching the leg kick and now looking for that takedown again. But again, Lawler pulls that leg free. Robbie Lawler's really got to stop with those fucking kicks to the body and kicks to the legs. Showing good hand speed, Robbie Lawler lands a flurry of 4 punches, then catches Harron with a crunching right hook. Throws some strikes and kicks to the body. Harron defends him well. Even worse, he can't get the takedown though. That's 3 times he's caught those kicks and isn't able to get him down. But he's got him up against the ropes. Looking for it again. Lawler blocks it and turns around, so now Jay's up against the ropes. He's trapped him there. There's a short left uppercut, some dirty boxing. Trying to get some dirty boxing, but Jay Harron was waiting for it, then quickly uses wrestling to turn around, so now his back's up against the ropes. There's a few short punches to the ribs, trying to take him down. He's finally got the takedown. Lawler pulls guard. Fear right hands to the body. Lawler uses his legs to push Harron back, tries to scramble. Harron seizes the opportunity, though, as Lawler's too slow and gets caught in side control. A couple of punches to the body, trying to move the guard. Harron doesn't allow it, keeps Lawler, gets him a few quick punches. Tries to pull guard. Guard does Jay, but doesn't get in with the attempt. Or actually, Lawler, rather, tries to pull guard on Jay, but doesn't get in with the attempt as Jay throws some small strikes. Clay just slowing things down so he catches breath. Trying to transition his guard, can't manage it. Throws a few right hands, but mainly just trying to catch his breath. Punching down, taking on the gloves. Blocks Lawler, so tries to transition. Minute left, no progress being made. They stand him back up, does Herb Dean. Robbie Lawler's getting tired. Jab is wide from Lawler, and he scores a thumping right to the body. That's a hell of a body shot. Jab lands from Lawler, but the following leg kick to the body is poor, and another fucking catch and another takedown opportunity. He completes it this time. Lawler's on his back, pounds away, but Lawler's in trouble with the strikes. And he using that leg strength to push him back up, and the scramble begins. But Jay's too quick yet again and grabs side control to end out the round. Man, if Jay could have capitalized a lot more in that round had he been able to take him down a lot more after the catching the leg kicks. I really hope Robbie Lawler stops doing that. That'd be great. If Robbie wants to win this fight, he definitely would sway away from that. But other than that, if Robbie Lawler can keep standing, I think he's going to do a lot more damage and keep on winning. Just can't stop. He's got to stop throwing the leg kicks, for sure. Any type of kick. Body kicks, leg kicks, no matter what that is. It connects cleanly with a nice jab and then hits the beauty of a straight right. Can't connect the step strikes. There's a crunching right hook, though. Again, can't hit the setup jab, but hits a nice straight right hand. That lands hard. It appears to be feeling a little fatigued already, is Robbie Lawler. First time in this fight, he's starting to lower his hands a fraction. Jay shoots in. Almost stops the takedown, but he's left hopping on one leg. Drives him up against the ropes now with the ropes trapping him. Looking to go down low, grab both legs. And again, doesn't happen. Lawler blocks that. Looking for a trip now. Blocks that. Looking to go down low, grabs his opponent's legs. Looking to take him down. He's got the takedown. Lawler pulls half guard. Attempts to get from half guard in better position. They fight it off, though. Does Robbie Lawler. They wind up scrambling for position. Scramble ends with Jay grabbing Lawler and shoving up against the ropes. Looking for another trip. And it's a great fucking slick trip there for Jay Harron. I mean, he's had so many takedown opportunities. It's crazy. He tries to move the guard, but Harron doesn't allow it. Inside control, Jay keeps him guessing with a couple of punches. Tries to move the guard, but Jay doesn't allow it. Robbie Lawler's just blown up at this point. He's still got one more round to go. Jay's starting to slow things down so he can manage his breath. Trying to go for an armbar. Lawler doesn't allow it, though. Blocks an attempt to pull guard, and that's the end of the second round. And that one looked like a little bit more of Jay Harron's round because Robbie Lawler's doing a great job standing. But again, once he got that takedown, Jay Harron's probably attempted 5 takedowns around, at this point. And, averaging that many takedowns around, that's tough to really keep the round in away from the opponent. I mean, it's just hard to win a round like that. You have to do a lot of damage to really outperform a guy like that who's doing all that. Final round now. Both fighters meet in the center. As there's a glancing high kick. Lawler's off target with the jab, scores with a great right hook. They meet in the center. Jay misses the right hook. Gets kind of a good right hand. That's a terrible strategy. I don't know why Jay's trying to... That's more like it. Partially defends it, ends up hopping on one foot while Jay has a hold of the other one, trying to push him up against the ropes. Now he's looking for the takedown. He's got it. Throws some small strikes, clearly just taking a moment to catch his breath. Jay blocks Lawler, tries to sweep from half guard. In half guard, Jay throws a couple of punches to keep him guessing. Jay blocks Lawler, tries to transition to full guard. In half guard, Jay begins working to get side control. Jay doesn't even bother going to side control. He simply mounts him. Oh my god, he's in fucking mount and pounds with rights. Lawler covers up the best he can. Lawler's in trouble. As he keeps him control, he's trying to wiggle free out to half guard. There's several big shots now. And he gives up his back in the process. Now look for the rear naked choke. He fights it off to end out the round, but I think the damage has been done. I don't see how Jay doesn't win this fight. I mean, that's a great third round, great performance. Poor Robbie Lawler. It's going to be 7-6. We might send him down the rings. I mean, it sucks, because here's a guy. Chad Saunders fight, loses by Kimura. Loses by technical submission, and now goes the distance. Has another good fight, but it's going to be another loss for Robbie Lawler. And he has good and entertaining fights. God bless him. We'll give him maybe one more. Yeah, we'll really see what we can do, but it is tough. It's tough. Jay had a really great game plan, going for the takedowns, and just wearing them out. Giving thanks, Jay Harron praises his team at Extreme Couture. He's very responsive to all the fans who came at the sport. He says he has a lot of respect for Robbie Lawler and praises his toughness. Louise, Mad Skills Herring, taking on Sugar Rashad Evans. 9-1, 5-1. Hybrid fighting, wrestling, 27 years old, 5'11", 205. Louise Herring, 31 years old, 5'11", 205. Denver, Colorado. Niagara Falls, New York. American Top Team. Pitt, minus 220, plus 170. This is going to be a tough one. We haven't really seen how Louise Herring can do, obviously, in his Pride FC debut. What type of style he's going to bring, hybrid fighting. It seems like he's going to bring a mix, but we know how good of a wrestler Rashad Evans is. Mario Yamasaki's a referee and are ringside judges. They touch gloves to start it off. They go toe-to-toe with strikes, but neither fighter lands anything significant. Evans tries to intimidate his opponent with some quality trash talk. Exchange strikes sees both fighters failing things significant yet again. Couldn't take the initiative. Rashad Evans fails to find on his jab, but hits a nice straight right hand. Finally, a minute in, they finally land something. They exchange of strikes here. Louise Herring connects with the right hand. Evans tries a kick to the body, but can't get it. Comes forward on the attack. There's a jab in the exchange combo that ends with a leg kick. Fails to land for Rashad Evans. Herring looks like he's about to shoot in, but Rashad Evans steps in fast, clinches him, trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. Looking for the underhooks now. Can't get the takedown as Herring blocks it and turns him inside. Evans is the one against the ropes. Smothering him, hits a knee to strike to the ribs. Now he's got the underhooks looking to take him down. What a hard sweep, too. Wow, takes him down, takes the back, too. Rear naked choke. Thought that was going to be it. Trying to get him off his back. He's got both hooks in, looking for that fucking rear naked choke, and he's got it. Wow. Light work does Rashad Evans. I mean, that is tough. Louise Herring, 10-1. Rashad Evans, 5-2, losing back-to-back times now. Obviously being the underdog in the betting lines. I felt like that was, that's a really good performance for Louise Herring. Gives a name check to everyone at the pit, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters. Louise Herring says he's very happy to cap his Pride debut with a win. So moving on, Jake Shields takes on the Croatian sensation, Pat Milotic, at 17-5, 29-11-2, 28 years old, 39 years old. Pat Milotic, obviously the veteran, and probably definitely by far, I would say the oldest in the welterweight division. I don't think there's anyone really close to 39 in that division. Wrestling, boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Milotic fighting system, of course, minus 150, minus 110, close one to call. This is going to be tough. Going to be a tough one. Herb Dean's our referee. Ringside judges. Shields looks like he's significantly bigger than Milotic as they prepare to fight, even though the weight isn't exactly the same. Yesterday, fight begins. Shields may have been aiming to get in close, but Milotic aggressively took the initiative. There's a wide hook to the body, but Shields avoids it. May have been aiming to get in close, but Milotic again aggressively took the initiative. Jab hits home, then hits a straight right. As he lands a jab and scores with a right to the body. There's a left hand, but misses the vicious right. Another left jab, missing the vicious right. Like he was about to angle to get the grappling started, but couldn't take the initiative again as Jake Shields connects with a nice jab and a nice straight right hand. Pat Milotic did a great job standing up. It looked like we were about to see Shields again trying to get some grappling started. Milotic pushing the pace. There's two jabs, then a straight right. Moving around looking for an opening to grapple without getting hit too much as he lands a jab and hits Shields with a straight right. Connects with a nice jab and a straight right. Nice jab and a right cross. A jab and a right straight right. Just a jabbing and straight right exchange for Pat Milotic. He is just 1-2 in the fuck out of Jake Shields. Looked like we were about to see Shields try and get some grappling started again. But Milotic is being the aggressor, hits a jab and a straight right. As that closes in on Shields, looking to unleash some strikes. There's a left jab and catches Shields with a right hook. He's breathing well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper now. Poor Pat Milotic. Just the age is caught up to him, and The stamina is not there. Moving in close, looking to open up and get some grappling started, looked like, for Jake Shields. But again, Pat Milotic, being the aggressor, hits a left hand, but Shields evades the big right punch. Can't hit the step left jab, hits a nice straight right hand. There's a jab and a straight right. Shields again took the initiative, or trying to take the initiative, and Milotic takes it. There's a left hand and a straight right. Left hand, right hook to the body. Left hand, right cross. Slowing things down as gas tanks being challenged. I mean, I don't know if Shields is just rope-a-doping him at this point, trying to wear him out and then take advantage in the second and the third. But this has been an awesome display from Pat Milotic. There's a hook to the body, but Shields steps back to avoid it. Looked like they were about to get some grappling started without getting hit, is what Jake Shields is hoping for, which so far has not been the plan at all. There's a punch, but Shields was equal to it. There he moves in fast, clinches with him, wrestles him against the ropes. He's got him. Looking for the trip. He's got it. No answer for it. Does Milotic have, and then he's left inside control. Blocks, Milotic tries to sweep him. Yeah, I mean, Pat's just blown up. Fires off a few punches, catches his breath. Trying to sweep, but gets rolled, and Shields has his back. Rear naked choke at the end of the round. Doesn't allow the arm to get under the chin. He survives. Man, Pat Milotic doing I mean, he landed 33 shots standing. He was doing a great job with his 1-2s. But it just took one takedown, and he about ended the fight there in the first for Jake Shields. If he keeps it up, keeps taking him down, obviously Jake Shields, I think, was going to win by decision. But, Pat, I think he's blowing up at this point. I don't think he's going to be able to withstand the pressure that Jake Shields is about to put on him. Who knows? Moves in closer, ready to attack. Shields appear to be going to try and get in close, but Milotic took the initiative first. There's a jab that hits home, then hits a straight right. A jab is wide, then hits the nice straight right hand. He lands the left jab, misses the vicious right, closing the distance again, looking to strike. Shields looking like he was about to step in and grapple. Milotic took the initiative first. The jab is wide, then lands the right hand. A punch from Milotic fails to land, comes in, and clinches with him, does Shields, trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. He's trapped. They remain there, hitting each other for about a minute. Short punches, looking to trip him down. Can't get him down, though. As even though Pat Milotic is fighting against exhaustion, he's got it this time, though. Minute left. Handful of punches, each easily being blocked with glove. Deflects a couple punches, thumb from the bottom. Lies on top of him, smothering him to end out the clock. And another round where, yeah, Jake Shields did his thing. Just waited for that right opportunity to take him down. And now the final round. There's a 1-2, but Shields was equal to it. Moves in fast, clinches with him. He's putting the pressure on him. He's got him pinned. There's a hard stomp. Tight body control. Just slowly wearing down Milotic by pressing up against all of his weight on him. Remain there against the ropes for the next minute or so. Throwing occasional short-range punches to the body. Yeah, he ain't gonna break control of this. Grueling close-up battle for short strikes, roughly a minute. Herb Dean breaks him up. 2 minutes left as Milotic fails to find Noma's jab, but hits Shields with a sharp right hook. That avoids the 2-punch combo, as from Shields does. He avoids the 2-punch combo. There's a left jab and a right cross, though. May have been aiming to get in close, but Milotic again took the initiative. Can't hit the step left jab. That's a nice straight right hand, though. Minute left. Lands the left jab, avoids the big punch. I don't know how Milotic kept on fighting, but he did. He might have, it was tough. If Jake didn't have him up against the ropes there, he probably would have ended up winning that round. Pat did there at the end if he would have kept it going and just kind of was able to do that for like 3 or 4 minutes. But I don't see how Jake Shields loses this one. Oh, well, we got a split. And Pat got the win. Yeah, I mean, that first round is, it's tough. It's tough to lose that. I mean, strikes were almost even, when you think of it, 47-44. I personally think Jake Shields won the fight, but I get where they were thinking, with Pat. I just didn't see how Pat won that third round was very, very close. And that's just crazy, though, that Pat got the win. That's the judges for you. It's 17-6 will be Jake Shields. 30-11-2 will be Pat Milotic. As Pat Milotic thanks everyone connected to Milotic Fighting System for helping him prepare for the fight. For his sponsors for supporting him financially. Pat Milotic says he can't believe that all the judges didn't award him the win. He felt like that's wild. Pat Milotic drinking some Kool-Aid or something. That is nuts that he's believing that. I don't get that at all. But hey, we've had back-to-back fight cards now where someone's gotten fucked out of a decision. As Eric Big Head Davila taking on Akira Kikuchi, 19-7, 12-6. Another welterweight contest, submission fighting, wrestling, judo. See if Eric Davila can go out on top in his Pride FC debut. as he minus 200, plus 150. American Top Team Takata Dojo, see if Akira Kikuchi can whip up some magic for him and shock Eric Davila. As Herb Dean again, our referee. I feel like Herb has had quite the contest so far. He has been refereeing a lot of roar from the crowd as Davila enters. He's from around here. Round 1, Akira Kikuchi right out of the gate. 10 seconds in, looking for the takedown. Sprawls it and forces him down on his hands and knees. Tries to pound on Akira Kikuchi, but all the blows are commonly dealt with. It's too slow to stop Kikuchi from getting back up. Both fighters want to get in close. They get into a clinch. Kikuchi looks like he's gotten the better of it. Looking to muscle him against the ropes. He can't do it, though. Davila defended that well. And now with Davila looking for a judo throw. Blocks that as well. Maintains a good solid base. Again, another judo throw. He gets it, though. Excellent outside leg trip as Akira Kikuchi has no problem getting side control. Looking for Kimura. That would have been fucking crazy. Defends that, though. Blocks it as Davila is trying to transition the guard. Pounds away with rights. Doesn't do much damage. Blocks as Davila trying to get away from him. Calmly deals with the shots, does Eric. Is trying to transition the guard. Can't manage it. Throws a few right hands. And just trying to catch his breath. Blocks. Attempt to pull guard. Fires away with punches. Again, Davila doesn't take any undue damage. Blocks Davila. Tries to transition the guard. Fires away with punches. Davila doesn't take any undue damage, though. Trying to pull guard on Kikuchi, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. Herb Dean stands back up, halfway point, looking for a takedown again. Can't get past the sprawl of Davila, again getting pushed down on his hands and knees, does Akira Kikuchi, as he can't land anything significant. Preparing to throw a soccer kick to the face, Kikuchi scoots back forward and quickly springs back to his feet, looking for that takedown again. Another great sprawl. Fires away with punches. Kikuchi is just a fucking... Oh, now Davila finally is pounding away with some rights, eating some sickening heavy shots to the face. Herb Dean pulls him off of him, stopping the fight. That is the danger of going for takedown after takedown after takedown. If somebody can sprawl and push you down on your hands and knees, you're fucked. And that's what happened there with Eric Big Davila getting the win in his debut over Akira Kikuchi. 20-7. 12-7 for Akira Kikuchi. As, man, that is a tough one for Akira Kikuchi as he thanks everyone connected to the American Dap team for helping him prepare for the fight and his sponsor supporting him financially. Eric Davila gives a show of respect to his opponent as our next matchup. The Gladiator, Greg Wicken, taking on Tim the Maniac Silva. 11-1, 13-6. As 6'205", 6'8", 265, a giant is Tim Silva. As 13-6, 11-1, boxing, wrestling background course for Greg Wicken, team punishment, roof sport, minus 550. Yeah, I don't see this one going the distance. Who knows? As Big John McCarthy, yeah, another man who needs to be in there. You got a 6'8" guy in there as ringside judges. Wicken is facing up to a 40-pound disadvantage. I mean, that is crazy. As opening bell, start with a touch of gloves. Tim Sylvia can't hit the sublift jet, hits a body kick though, throws a hook to the body. Wicken steps back to avoid it, looking confident. As Tim looking to shortening the range as Wicken hits a tentative left hand. Hits the left hand as Tim Silva misses the leg kick that follows. Wicken looks like he's angling the grapple, couldn't take the initiative. There's two left hands, and then nothing but air on the big right. Jab hits home from Tim Sylvia, then it's a nice straight right hand that lands hard. Left hand, and then hits Wicken with a straight right. Blood is visible now. That's a nasty cut above the eye. As Silva looks like he's trying to find home his jab, but he catches Wicken with a crunching right hook. Combo ends with a roundhouse kick to the body, fails to land. Lands a left hand, then lands a roundhouse kick to the body. There's a jab is wide, then hits a beauty of a straight right, though. As you're about to see Wicken try to get some grappling started, but again, Tim Sylvia is just too aggressive. And a punch fails to land. That's... So he connects with a nice jab, then crunching straight right to the jaw to follow it up, and then he wobbles and falls down. There's a knockdown. Tim Sylvia is sensing victory, looking to finish the fight with stomps and kicks, but Wicken is back up too fast. Tim Sylvia acknowledges some instructions from the corner rather, with a relaxed head nod. As Tim Sylvia moves in closer, looking to open up an attack, throws some strikes and a right head kick, but Wicken defended all of them. Referee calls for a pause and wants to check on the cut. Doesn't look like it's going to be a fight ender. It's going to be only minor. Fight comes back to the center. Tim Sylvia is slowing down just a little bit. Starting to get into the gas tank. Can't connect the jab. The scores a right cross that lands hard. Another left hand and a right cross that lands hard. Jab lands. Misses the vicious right. This Tim Sylvia. Tim Sylvia moves in on Wicken, preparing to throw. A punch from Silva. Fails to land as Tim Sylvia using the left jab. But his big right hand follows up. Misses. As a jab hits home, then lands a sick right head kick, and that is a knockout head kick there. Greg Wicken didn't have a prayer. Gets knocked out in the first round by Tim the Maniac Silva. As, man, Tim Sylvia is just a fucking problem. As in this heavyweight division, going to be 12-1, 13-7 for Greg Wicken, who's on, I think, a 3-fight losing streak now. Yeah. We might need to give him a tomato can to crush. As Tim Sylvia gives a name check in front of Roof Sport, all of his favorite sponsors, then thanks all of his fans, family, and supporters. As he wants to fight next, he says he'll fight whoever they put in front of him, but he thinks Fedor Emelianenko would be a particularly good contest. That'd be crazy. Poor Fedor would have quite the reach disadvantage there, but I don't think he cares. As a co-main event, Luis Santos taking on George Rush St. Pierre in the Pride welterweight division. 15-3, 14-7 Brazil for Luis Santos. Quebec, Canada for George St. Pierre. 5'10", 183, 6', 183, 26-27. Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial artist, shoot the box, Team Tompkins, both minus 110. It's kind of crazy they're both minus 110. Would not have expected that. As Mario Saki's a referee, ringside judges. Here we go. Touch of gloves. Santos missed all the strikes in the combo then with a spin kick attempt. As St. Pierre, seizing the opportunity, clutches up with him. Big knee strike to the body, looking to muscle up against the ropes. He does so. It isn't pretty, but St. Pierre has Santos stuck against the ropes. Nothing really happens for the next 60 seconds or so. They remain in close grappling contest. Trying to smother him, but Santos wrestles free and circles back to the center. Two fighters meet in the center, start to strike. It hits a jab in the right hand, second on the glove. St. Pierre lands a left jab and a glancing blow with a high kick. Santos comes forward and the two fighters start trading blows. Fires off a counter jab, doesn't connect though. Throws two quick punches, doesn't need either of them. St. Pierre comes in, appearing willing to take some hits, so that means getting close to the grapple. Connects with the jab, but misses the big right hand that follows up. There's a 1-2, but St. Pierre was equal to it. Clear opportunity for St. Pierre to be able to move in fast, clinch with him, out-wrestles him. Though does Santos, takes control of the grapple. It's a great job of Luis Santos, pushing him against the ropes. He can't do it though. St. Pierre gets the more dominant position in the grapple. There's a big knee strike again, trying to muscle up against the ropes. He isn't going anywhere though. Defends himself with a knee, trying to push him against the ropes again. He's got him pinned this time, though, looking for underhooks, looking to take him down. Santos stops it, then takes control of the grapple by putting Santos up against, or St. Pierre rather, up against the ropes. There's a knee strike to the thigh, hard foot stomp, another knee strike to the thigh, but St. Pierre blocks it. Pins him again against the ropes, some dirty boxing to inflict some damage. Santos smothering St. Pierre against the ropes, and it's a knee strike to the ribs, some more dirty boxing there. Referee separates him back into the center, missing with a jab, but it's the right hand. Pierre, left jabs, also lands a left hook to the body. Exchange of strikes without producing any damage. Appear to be going in close, but Santos took the initiative. A punch from Santos fails to land. They go toe-to-toe with strikes, but the flurry ends without any really damaging shots landing. They come together and strike. Santos missing the right hook, gets countered with the left jab and a stinging right high kick. And retreating until backed up against the rope. Santos is looking punch-drunk from that head kick. He's in big trouble. He's covering up the best he can, but he is very vulnerable. There's a straight right hand. Dazed, Santos continues to cover up against the ropes. 60 seconds. Can he stay alive here? Trying to capitalize on the big, massive right hand, but it doesn't manage to land it. Manages to clear his head and circle way back into the center. They meet in the center. Santos avoids the right hand of the body. Counts a left kick to the rib cage. Looking for a fucking takedown to end the round. What a great single leg, too. Keeps him down there to the end of the round. Great round for St. Pierre. Got the takedown. Wobbled him with a big-time head kick. I mean, I don't know how he didn't win that round. You know, he was dominant, I felt like. Luis Santos did a very good job, but I just felt like St. Pierre did a little bit more. As a second round, two fighters come in and engage, showing great footwork, sidestepping a spin kick, letting it harmlessly go by. Throws a punch-spin-kick combination, but Santos too quick on his feet, moves out of the range. Can't connect with the sub strikes and scores a right roundhouse kick to the ribs. I mean, Santos doing some great body shots. St. Pierre's able to grab him. Can't keep control of Santos. Out-wrestles him. Trying to push him against the ropes. He's got him pinned. Knee strike into the inside thigh area. Pressed up against the ropes. Some dirty boxing. Some more dirty boxing. Tries to throw a knee strike to the thigh, but St. Pierre sees that opportunity and takes it. Turns his opponent around, so now he's back against the ropes. Halfway point, looking to get him down. Doesn't get the takedown. Looking for it again with the underhooks. A big-time Greco-Roman slam as Santos pulls guard. That's a huge takedown. St. Pierre's going to keep him on the ground, I'm going to guess, as he's smothering him with his body by pressing forward and down to end out the round. Yeah, I mean, St. Pierre knows how to win a fucking round. That's a great job. Even though Luis Santos outstruck him, standing-wise, it just was not enough with St. Pierre getting the takedown and landing a lot more shots. But who knows, though, with the way these judges have been calling some of these fights, I wouldn't trust it. They come together and strike. Can't hit the right cross thanks to St. Pierre bobbing and weaving. Doesn't connect with a great right... it doesn't connect with the right hand thanks to a great head movement from Santos. Can't connect with the set of strikes and scores a leg kick, though. Santos is breathing a little heavier, so is St. Pierre. Jab is wide from Santos and hits St. Pierre with a beauty of a straight right. This is a great round for Luis Santos. Very quick takedown attempt from St. Pierre. Can't get past the great sprawl of Santos. Two fighters engage with strikes. Neither fighter can land anything as Santos fails to land with a combo land with an attempted roundhouse body kick. Moves in fast, shoots in on him. And again, Santos stops that takedown with a great sprawl. As a jab lands on Santos, but St. Pierre catches that kick to the body. That is the setup, looking for that takedown. He can't get him down either. St. Pierre just cannot do it. As Santos comes forward, St. Pierre hits a counter left hand. Santos does trouble his opponent with a combination thing with high right head kick. Slips forward and the strike exchange begins. There's a counter jab, doesn't connect though. Santos can't connect with step strikes. There scores a massive right head kick though, and he knocks him down to end out the third round. What the fuck? Santos quickly pouncing, looking to rain down on punches. Can he finish off St. Pierre before the bell? No, he cannot. What a fucking fight this was. My God. That's tough. That is a tough round for George St. Pierre. He definitely lost that round for sure. Before the knockdown, he was losing that round. And, man, this is going to be... I wouldn't be surprised if this is a draw. Wow, they gave it all to Santos. Crazy. I mean, that's a hell of a round. That's a hell of a fight. I'd love to see these two in the future. Luis Santos, a big-time win. Poor GSP losing that one. I mean, he had the great game plan. He just could not capitalize on that third round. Had to knock down the first. Second round was a little even. And then the third, just getting knocked down by Luis Santos. Hurt him more than anything. And that's tough. I felt like that was a lot more exciting than a lot of people probably gave that credit for. I thought that was a really good fight. As Luis Santos, thanks to everyone connected. Shoot the box for helping him prepare for the fight. And the sponsors supporting him financially. The interviewer asked if you like be interested in fight next. He replied, said, John Lesso. I mean, first of all, he's going to take on Dennis Hallman. But that would be a pretty good fight, though, if John loses or wins. I mean, I guess I don't know who I'm going to have take on Dennis Hallman. I don't know if it's going to be Luis Santos now or if it's going to be Damian Maia. It's tough. But our main event, the Brazilian killer, Alex Stevling, taking on Nate the Great Marcotte in the main event. 18-4-1, 18-6. Very similar records. I mean, they have fought, Nate Marcotte's only fought one more time than him, but it's very, very similar. 6'1", 205, 6'2", 205, 30 years old, 28 years old, Denver, Colorado, Indianapolis, Indiana, wrestling, Muay Thai, mixed martial artist, Lions Den, Greg Jackson's mixed martial arts. I mean, this has been a hell of an American Bushido card. I would love to see how this main event delivers, and it's just as good as that cool main event was. Mario Yamasaki's the referee, ringside judges. Here we go. They touch gloves. Stevling comes forward, walking down Marcotte. There's a left-hand exchange. Fails to land anything on the strikes, and the combo land with a slithering low kick. Marcotte confidently moves in closer, looking to throw some strikes. It's a 1-2, but Marcotte fails to land it. Moving forward constantly. Stevling's pressuring Marcotte. Tries to hit a jab and misses all the strikes that come land with a head kick attempt. It comes forward, looking to force a strike exchange. There's two left hands in the exchange. Can't connect with the step strikes and lands a big right hand. They come together in a clinch. Works his way into a dominant position. He's looking to muscle Stevling back up against the ropes. Doesn't let himself be driven back, though, as he gains a dominant position in the grapple. Marcotte gets caught with a knee strike to the body as they grapple. He tries a knee. Marcotte defends himself well, looking to muscle him up. Can't do it, though. Stevling finds himself being out-wrestled, though, as Marcotte gets out-wrestled by Stevling. As Stevling hits Marcotte with a big knee strike to the body. As Marcotte out-wrestles Stevling now. Takes control of it, trying to push him against the ropes. He's got him pinned. Dropping down low, Marcotte secures the leg and starts looking for the takedown. He's got him, drags him down to the mat where he's pulling half guard. Tries to pound on Stevling, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. Tries to sweep in the bottom of half guard, but doesn't budge Marcotte. Throws a few weak-looking punches as he decides on his next move. Blocks attempt to sweep. Throws a few strikes, clearly just slowing things down so he can catch his breath. As they're trying to sweep him again, doesn't get anywhere with it, though. In half guard, Marcotte throws a couple punches designed to keep Stevling guessing. Blocks attempted sweep. Mario Saki brings him back up. Marcotte looking to go back down. He's got the takedown. That's two takedowns to him, but he looks like he's going for a leg lock, too. Stevling stops it as he stops Marcotte from applying it by keeping a tight guard. Trying to sweep from the bottom, doesn't budge him, though. Looking for another leg lock, keeps the guard tight, though. Trying to sweep him, but he can't. Third time now, still blocks it. Trying to sweep him from the bottom, but I think that's the end of the round. Nate Marcotte with a dominant round. Takedowns. Trying for the leg lock. Alex Stevling trying to sweep, but he just can't get it. He's going to need to, it's a bit of a snooze there. Over the next round brings a little bit more excitement. They come together and strike. Marcotte missing a big right hand, putting him off balance. And there's a stiff head kick that finds the mark. Wobbles and falls. What a great head kick and counter from Stevling, moving in quickly, trying to finish the fight with stomps and kick, but Stebling's too slow. Marcotte gets back up to his feet. Stevling is starting to slow down now, just getting a little into the gas tank. Showing great speed, though. Stevling showing a great takedown there, and he's got it. What a great round for Alex Stevling right out of the gate. Marcotte smothering Stevling up close. Just you're trying to keep him. He's trying to pass. As he fights off the attempt, they wind up scrambling. Scrambling up first is Marcotte, but Stevling immediately drives him against the ropes, looking for maybe another takedown. There's a hard stomp, though. Ducks down, grabs a leg, remains standing. Those Marcotte using the ropes for support, but he's under the threat of a takedown and gets dragged down, much like how Marcotte took him down in the first round. He's got caught in half guard, throws a few strikes, clearly slowing things down so he can catch his breath. Punching down on Marcotte, but they're easily taking on the gloves. Fires off a few punches that aren't thrown in great force, throws a few right hands, mainly just trying to catch his breath. In half guard now, Stevling catches his breath, could then just throw a couple punches to the body. Stevling blocking Marcotte, tries to sweep, and that's the end of the second round. That is all. And I mean all Alex Stevling. What a round. What a performance. I mean, he's got the knockdown, too. That's huge. If he could have a dominant third round, he might just sway this one, the way these judges have been going. Both fighters moving to engage. Marcotte missing the right hook and leaves himself open for a counter. There's a left jab and a great right hook. Stevling doing a great job on the counter. Stalking forward, pressuring Stevling again. There's two left hands in exchange. Can't connect with the jab. There's a right head kick. Closes in on Marcotte, looking to unleash some strikes. There's a left jab, but Marcotte avoids the big right. They still meet in the center. There's a left hook to the body from Marcotte. Scores with the jab, and also kick to the lead leg. Looking for the takedown. Great takedown, too. He's 3 for 3 on takedowns. Trying to pass guard. Struggles, but cannot find a way past it. Remains stuck in guard. As drags Stevling in close control, then hits him with a couple of short punches. Keeps Marcotte guessing with a few quick strikes. Tries to pull Stevling in close to smother him, but doesn't get in with the attempt. Stevling throws a few right hands, takes a moment to plan ahead. Stevling strikes away at Marcotte, but can't land anything damaging. Punching away at Stevling while defending the strikes right out of the guard. Stevling looks to get on top of Marcotte. Moves quickly, scrambling for position before Stevling can get a hold of him. Final minute now. Stevling leaves his neck exposed. Oh, is he going to get guillotine at the end? No, he works free of the guillotine, which wasn't tight enough. Ends up on top in guard. Looking to pass. Sees this pass coming, though. Scrambles. As now he's looking for an arm from the bottom to end out the round. He can't secure it. And that is your fight. What a main event that turned into. From the second and third round was all high-level action. That was really, really fun. I think Alex Stevling won that one. We'll see if the judges, finally, me and the judges are on the same page. That was a really fun main event, though. The first round was a bit of a snoozer, with Nate Marcotte really just, wearing him down, takedown after takedown. But, man, Stevling right out of the gate in that second round, countering with the big head kick, dominating him in the third round, too. Landing a lot of shots. They were both perfect on their takedowns, too. I respect Marcotte for going for submissions, too. That really, he had a lot of chances. But, man, that's a great fight. That's a great win for Alex Stevling. Gives a name check to everyone at the Lions Den, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, famous supporters. Praises Marcotte for the tough fight. His critical rating of 62, 84% on the commercial rating, so we're probably going to get some bad juju for that one. But, man, that was, crease and pops in some places, but more so than others. So that's fun. Russia and Australia, that's funny. You thought the U.S. would be one of our highest places, but it's not. Man, I really have no idea who to give the performance bonus to. Yeah, that's tough. That is very, very tough. I think we're just gonna leave it as is. Really just felt like Tim Sylvia, he was just way outclassed Greg Wickens. I just don't think he really deserves it, but we almost made $5 million, so that's huge. That is very, very huge. Another episode is in the books. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for what should be Pride FC Worldwide. Should be the Pride FC Worldwide show. I'm just gonna make sure that's right, because it should be. Should be. Because we've had back-to-back events, so it usually Monday, week 2 of every month is the TV taping, so it should be. But just want to double-check as, Pride FC Worldwide 7, that's right. Frank Shamrock, Lee Murray. It's going to be exciting. Can't wait to see that one. That card in itself, Cristiano Marciello and Gleison Tebow, Heath Herring, Don Fry. Some wrestlers with Kazuki Fujita and Roman Savachka, Shinyaoki, Katsuya, Inoue, and Mike Quick Swig and Drew Fickett, sleeper for as far as that welterweight division. Mike Quick Swig can bring it to anybody in that welterweight division. In prelims, Nate Diaz and Ryan Healy, Giichi Kunamoto, Jae Suk Lim in that welterweight division. interesting card. Gleison Tebow, the 21st ranked lightweight in Pride FC right now, but he is a absolute fucking killer in there. And I wouldn't count out Gleison Tebow, especially against Cristiano Marcial, who's had a tough go of it so far, at least in Pride FC. And so yeah, we'll catch you guys there for that episode. Take care, everyone.